Healthcare resources for the underinsured and the uninsured. Healthcare in the United States is expensive and can become a major financial burden quickly. While having good health insurance significantly mitigates costs, many of us either do not have insurance or only have limited insurance. For those of us living with chronic health conditions, if they remain untreated, this can quickly become life-threatening or more expensive in the long run. And for those of us without chronic health conditions, well visits and checkups are just as important. Some of us have family members who are either living with us or visiting who are uninsured or underinsured. And so, for this reason, as well as the previously mentioned ones, it is important for us to know our options now, in order for us to be aware of what resources are available to us when we need them. Before we go into detail about the various options that we have, please remember that you can pause this video at any time to take a closer look at the text. We will start by discussing clinic services. Those who would benefit most from clinic visits are those who would like to see a physician for a routine wellness check, people who have pre-employment physicals requested by their new employment, people who have minor ailments, as well as people with known chronic health conditions that need periodic follow-up. As a disclaimer, if you are very ill or are having issues with your heart or your breathing, it is important that you do not wait for a clinic visit but go straight to the nearest emergency room. Before choosing a clinic from the options that we will discuss shortly, there are a few considerations. First of all, the patient population. As an example, some clinics do not attend to children or to pregnant women because they do not have a pediatrician or an OBGYN doctor available at that clinic site. It is also important to make yourself familiar with the payment plan, whether or not that particular clinic has ancillary services like a pharmacy or lab, and also if the clinic in question is going to be open on the day and time that is most convenient for you. A great starting point is the Free Clinics website. This is a well-designed website that is searchable by zip code, shows all the low-cost or free clinics in your area along with their contact information. It also gives a brief description of all the offered services by these clinics. Needy Meds is another similar website that can also help with finding discounted medications. Remember, you should always call ahead to confirm any details that are unclear from the website. Lab services. This is most useful for people who have chronic health conditions that need frequent rechecks of the same labs, people whose new jobs require some blood work, people who were just discharged from the hospital, as well as people who had recent clinic visits where blood work was requested in order to guide further treatment or prescription of medications. These are some parameters to be considered when making arrangements to visit a lab to get blood work done. For example, you need to know what the payment method is. You need to know how long it will take before you get your results in case you're in a hurry. You need to know how the results will be delivered to you, and you need to know the availability of the selected lab. Jason Health is one of the reasonably priced options. Alta Labs is another option, as is discountedlabs.com. Be sure to print any receipts or requisition forms given to you and take them along. Also be sure to check with the lab to ask if you are required to fast before going in for your blood test. And lastly, try to make appointments if possible, as appointments are always prioritized over walk-ins. Radiology Services. This is most useful for people who got new jobs and have pre-employment imaging required before starting. It is also useful for people who recently had a clinic visit at which some imaging was requested in order to guide further treatment. Meridian Radiology is an option to get various types of imaging done in different cities in the United States at discounted prices. Northwest Radiology is another option, as is radiologyassist.com. And lastly, we will discuss medications. This is most useful for people who need refills of medications that they take for chronic health conditions, as well as people who have valid prescriptions from a recent clinic visit. As a disclaimer, you are not meant to self-medicate without proper evaluation and a proper prescription from a certified physician. First of all of the options discussed next require a valid prescription from a physician. But apart from that, there are a few things to consider when choosing a pharmacy. It is important to check with the pharmacy to see if they carry medications if you require a specialized kind. It is also important to see if they have brand names available instead of the generics, if that matters to you. You should check with them to see where they deliver to, because some pharmacies can deliver to your home. It is important to check to see how long it will take for you to get your medications from them. And lastly, to check to see if a membership fee is required. One very popular option is goodrx.com. This is a free website that gives you coupons that can get you a sizable discount from any of your local pharmacies when you present it. In addition to that, if you choose to get a membership with them, that gives you access to even more perks, such as up to 90% off of select prescriptions, free home delivery, and more affordable online visits with a doctor for minor ailments and for refills. Listed on this slide are the services provided by GoodRx Care. GoodRx Care is a virtual doctor visit platform that you can access without a membership or at a cheaper rate if you have a membership. Single Care is a similar website that offers you sizable discounts via coupons at any of your local pharmacies. Amazon Prime also has a section of their website that is dedicated to helping you save on prescriptions. Many people are not aware of this, but this is one way to get cheap medications directly delivered to your doorstep. And lastly, Cost Plus Drugs. This is a newer website that offers significant discounts on both regular as well as specialized or niche medications that are needed to treat rare, severe, or complex illnesses. They ship directly to your doorstep, like a few of the other options we have discussed so far. Be sure to compare prices on different applications before making a decision, as this simple act may translate to huge savings. Also, you will need to show relevant coupons at pharmacies, either by printing them out or showing them to the pharmacist on your phone. We hope you find some or all of this information useful. Thank you for your time.